Hey guys, it's David over here at InvestQ, and as we know, Castellum CTM will be reporting earnings very soon. But real quick before we get into that, I want to announce that on the free of charge InvestQ community, first link in the description, I will be making more content that is exclusive for my InvestQ community members, and the first one will be regarding investor sentiment. So if you want to get exclusive content, feel free to check out the first link below, and also feel free to check out the second link that is for a $7 7-day trial to prophecy. But let's get back to the topic of the video today, which is Castellum CTM and their future upcoming earnings report. And if they were to follow their typical schedule, it's most likely going to be reported sometime around Friday, August 7th. Now, the exact date has not been announced yet, but this upcoming earnings report could be one of the most important updates of the year. So I want to break down together exactly what it is that investors should be looking out for and are looking out for right now. So the first thing would be obviously their revenue growth. As we do know, over the past several quarters, we've had consistent growth in their revenue, and management has been executing consistently regarding organic growth, and they're doing their very best to make sure that they get that goal of completing an accredited acquisition, as management has stated multiple times. So investors do want to see that financial progress, or that progress actually reflected in the financial results. And strong revenue growth would reinforce that Castellum is continuing to gain momentum. The second area is regarding none other than their backlog that currently stands at $273.3 million. And this topic has generated a lot of buzz and a lot of attention. And investors are going to be looking to see whether or not that backlog can continue to increase, and if management provides any detailed commentary, any details or any commentary that helps explains the overall pipeline of work. And while the backlog is not the only metric that matters, it does provide insight into the future revenue opportunities for the company. Backtracking a little bit, I did mention an accredited acquisition. And it's another important topic because management has made it clear that acquisitions remain an important part of Castellum's long-term strategy. And shareholders, they're going to be listening for any updates very closely about regarding the acquisition opportunities, integration efforts, or comments about the company's M&A pipeline. And even if management can't announce anything specific, investors will likely be paying attention to the overall tone regarding future growth opportunities because, as you do know, due to the market that they're in, they do have to be cautious with the information they can share, as there is a lot of classified information that is not available to the public. Quick reminder before we continue, if you're enjoying the content and want to connect with the community, check out the first link below for the free InvestQ community. And if you want access to advanced stock research and tools, the second link is a Prophecy 7-day trial for just $7. And last, if you want daily market updates and behind the scenes content, follow me on Instagram using the third link in the description. Now, let's get back to the video. Now, investors, they also want to see continued contract momentum because throughout the year, Castellum has announced several meaningful awards, including defense and Navy-related work. And shareholders are going to be looking for signs that the company continues to win more business, continues winning business and building long-term relationships with government customers. And consistent contract wins does help reinforce confidence and future growth. And don't forget about the fact that investors want to see a path to profitability because over the past year, management has been focusing on improving the company's financial position. And even though this was just one quarter, it's still a positive sign as the company did report their first ever positive quarter in Q3 of fiscal year 2025. And shareholders are going to be looking for continued progress to have another profitable quarter and to see the path to profitability and becoming consistently profitable quarter over quarter and year over year. And strong execution in these areas will be a green flag for investors and shareholders and will help strengthen investor confidence overall and just help the sentiment as a whole. And many investors are also going to be listening for any updates on the company's broader investor relations efforts because shareholders have expressed interest in seeing continued improvements to the company's website, investor communications, and overall visibility within the investment community. And while operational execution remains the top priority, better communication can also help investors understand the company's long-term strategy. And regarding the sentiment of CTM among investors, right now, I would describe investor sentiment as optimistic, but increasingly focused on execution. And most long-term shareholders believe management has made meaningful progress over the past year. Now, they're looking to get into the next phase, and they want to see continued revenue growth, a healthy backlog, additional contract wins, any updates regarding progress on acquisitions, and continued improvement across the business. And if Castellum can deliver on those areas, many investors believe it could continue building momentum heading into the rest of the year. And of course, we're going to be covering the earnings report here on InvestQ as soon as it's released. I probably will go live just looking at the publicly available information just to get all of y'all's opinions and just an overall analysis on how everyone's feeling and an overall analysis on what the report says. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure to tune in on InvestQ and hit the like and subscribe button and hit the notify bell button on so you're notified when that video comes out. And also feel free to comment what it is you think about Castellum CTM and what it is you want to see in future upcoming videos. So with that being said, guys, David with InvestQ out. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next video.